If you're on a broadcast, you never say cheap seats. You know, yeah, comfort. Yes. Yes. Hello. How are you? Please introduce yourselves. Do a shameless plug. This is what we do on this program. Um, the numbers for us have gone through the roof. I don't know
Are they
why.
really?
Yeah, and all we do is we do sounds like, oh yeah, like that's all we do.
Well, it's all us Gen Xers, right? We're just craving our teenage years so badly. We'll watch anything that flashes us back to that, right? It's a bit of a crazy thing. I am one half of Car Hunger. I am the lady half, as you know the song said. Yeah, a guy isn't anything without a girl. Well, the guy right now is doing dishes again, so I'm not going to argue. And I am putting together all the promos and panel descriptions and everything to send off to Anime North because we are used to doing science fiction conventions where we teach people how to build and create, and that has been mostly non-existent since COVID. So a lot of the conventions are now going online. So we've had to reformat. So it's been an interesting adventure as well as a challenge. We are slowly moving. Next Saturday, we have our story time on Happs. We do a story time a month for $5 sponsors and awards. We weave people like Hapsters into a story. Last month was Middle Earth, and this month is Irish folklore. So we're going to turn a whole bunch of Hapsters into Irish deities and no hat. I know, Ronald. I'm showing my COVID neglected hair with bangs that should be bangs and aren't.
That's you.
But the hat kind of gets warm and uncomfortable after a while, so it does come off. The hair is starting to rely on the hat too much. I think it's thinning out again, but that's because it hasn't been trimmed in 6 months, and I'm trying to tolerate it and failing miserably. Right. I've been thinking of getting like clip-in pieces so I can have bangs again and hair that makes sense. I'm a Leo. My mane is a huge deal.
Right. Yeah, I can relate to that. I think everybody in the world is struggling with the whole not being able to go to a barber's or hairdressers or, the such like. So it's a case of going to my mother's and saying, "Mum, just take a little bit off here and take a little bit off there." And she says, "I can't take much off there. There's not a lot to take off there, son." Bless her.
I don't trust my mother as far as I can throw her. I'm very much daddy's girl.
Okay, that makes sense.
But I went out and I went to I ordered online and picked up this condition stuff because about that much is dead hair, and I've been kind of putting it in. I think that's what's keeping it from completely breaking. I'm thinking if it keeps breaking, I'm just going to go with like a mini mohawk and just say, screw it all.
Wow. I'd like to see that. That I would like to see. Oh, bless you. So you say that because of the COVID thing that things have gone a little bit south for you. So how are you actually keeping the wolves from the door, if I may be so bold?
I'm not sure I am.
Right.
It's kind of difficult because both hubby and I are in the entertainment industry. We're prop makers or special skills actors. We've been professional cosplayers for many, many, many years, and the whole COVID thing. We moved across country for a particular job for a shop here in Toronto. We were born and raised here in Ontario. We moved out to British Columbia for work, and now we've moved back. And we moved back, unfortunately, just before the lockdown. So the work we actually came home for is no more because a lot of the regulations here are smaller crews. So instead of having a 30-member crew where you take 3 days to build a set, it is now a 5-member crew that takes 2 weeks to build a set so that they can keep the numbers on set down. And you can't get rid of actors, so you get rid of crew. So I'm looking back into possibly in the next few months looking up background work again, which is something I haven't done in a while.
Chris.
Yeah.
Chris, I just realized that Colin and I are really rude friends. Eric is on a broadcast. We're competing against him. We should be in that room. Chris, I think we should go over to that room and say hello and apologize. I just noticed by looking at my He's still on. I thought they were just going to do like meditation, tap their feet a couple times, and go. Drag.
I get the idea. I get the idea.
No, but you didn't do dragging the line. Like he doesn't care anymore. What do you do when
What is
you're
it about-
you've got like
COVID,
this
blame
banter?
COVID.
We need therapy. Maybe that'll be our next. Okay, you can come in, give us a little therapy. We have lost our way, friend. We have lost our way.
We invited Chris in, so the least we can do is let us.
Well, we did. I said 3 to 5 minutes. I think we gave her 3 to 5 minutes. There you go.
Well, I will finish my bit and answering Colin's questions. But no, Colin, it's I didn't think, because they say there's two things that survive any major issue in life, and that's entertainment and alcohol, and it's been quite a challenge for us. So the government has created a funding for us to start an online store, which is a weird new experience for Martin and I. We're not used to making things ahead of time and trying to sell it. We're used to custom, production says you want this and you build it. And with the conventions going online again, they'd have 20, 30 guests, and now they've got like 5 or 10. So when Anime North called us and said, we want you back and not someone else, or can you modify for online? It's like, I can try. I'm used to having props right there for fans and saying this is what it looks like and feels like, and to have to do it virtually like this is definitely a challenge. So it's affected us quite a bit. We just moved. This is our 8th move in the last 2 years.
Stupid question. I know you're doing a lot of broadcasts. Can't you push for support online? I can't think of the word. Not awards. What's the other one? Sponsorship. Can't you push for the sponsorship?
Well, that's what we started doing. Is for the $5 sponsorship, you get included in a story, and sponsors get a 10% discount on our store, and that includes custom orders. So if someone says, I want a quote on something, I'll knock 10% off if they're one of our sponsors.
Before we go, tell us about your shirt, and then we'll segue out.
This is my night shirt.
One of the.
Oh,
there we go. Yes, we're going to beam out of this. I have a rule, by the way. I only do broadcasts that are 1 hour. I've lost my way all week. We're at 2 hours and 12 minutes. So,
Martin and I met at a Doctor Who convention in 1987. I've been watching Doctor Who since I was 7 years old, I think. 7 years. John Pertwee was my first doctor.
Yes, John Pertwee, yes, I remember him well. He played Gummidge at one point, but John Pertwee, I think he was one of the best doctors. I didn't like Tom Baker at all. I wanted to get him with that scarf and strangle him and just sling him by his left leg down the stairs and just stomp all over his bowls. And sorry, I got carried away.
Did you say bowls or balls?
Bowls.
Not bowls.
Balls.
Yes.
Only Eric does the bowls. Okay. So, if you can, Chris, say goodbye, and I'm going to get Colin to say goodbye, and then we're going to call it a night.
Well, like I end all of our broadcasts, respect yourself more than anyone else can, and everything will be fine. Without self-respect and self-love, it's really hard to get other people to connect with you.
Thank you.
We're working on it. We're working on the self-respect. We're working on it. Okay, there we go. Well, we got a lot of work to do. Oh! It's going crazy.